This is a superpower. Once applied, you'll notice an immediate return on all of your social interactions and your influence. People will be drawn to you. You'll experience deeper connections with everyone you encounter, whether in business, relationships, family, or friends. In this video, we'll look at the common reactions that prevent you getting closer to people, 4 tips on how to overcome them, and the one skill that will allow you to connect deeply with anyone. So my partner comes home from work. Oh, hey honey, how was work?
Oh, that's such a crappy day today.
She proceeds to tell me about how frustrating it was and all the problems that she's faced. Problems? There are no problems, only solutions.
Okay, Lou, it's not a problem. I've got this from here. You just need to do X, Y, and Z, and I think you'll find that will solve all of your issues.
What a wonderful partner I am, fixing all of her problems like that. Those things won't bother her ever again. She doesn't say anything. She's probably thinking about all that valuable information I gave her, or subscribing to my YouTube channel. The following month, she comes home in a similar vein and proceeds to tell me about all the same issues that we spoke about last month.
Oh, wait, but hold on. Didn't X, Y, and Z sort all that out? What do you mean you didn't even try it? I'm sure if you even tried one of those things, it would make your life a little bit easier.
I gave her a lot to think about. She probably forgot. Good job I'm here to remind her of all the options that she has. What a wonderful partner I am. Within a few weeks, she's home again, and this time, she's really pissed.
Oh dear. Did X, Y, and Z not work? Oh, what do you mean you haven't tried any of them? I've been giving you all of the solutions to fix them, and you can't be bothered to try any of them. Like, why should I even sit here and listen to any of your problems if you're not prepared to do anything about it?
Not my finest moment, but I get away with it because I'm a wonderful partner. It feels tense, so I'm annoyed. She's annoyed. I'm right and she's wrong, but we're both still annoyed. How can we fix this? Enter Stephen Covey. This concept was taken from Stephen Covey and his amazing book, The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. It's one of the hardest things that I've ever had to master because it goes against all of my natural tendencies. But Covey believes that this is one of the most exciting things to learn and one of the most immediately applicable things that he's ever taught. Now, coming from him, that's a really big deal. Now, we're going to cover that skill in just a moment, but first, we just need to understand an important principle that guides it. Prescribe before diagnosing. At school, we're taught how to read, write, and speak, and yet we receive no formal education on how to listen and deeply connect with another person. Covey believes that in order to interact with someone effectively, we need to fully understand that person and their frame of reference. The 5th habit in this book is seek first to understand, then be understood. Most people listen to reply rather than to understand. They're either talking or preparing to talk. Covey suggests that we diagnose before prescribing. If you don't understand the full extent of the problem, we can't offer a solution. We typically offer 4 unhelpful reactions when listening to someone. Number 1, we probe. Number 2, we evaluate. Number 3, we advise. And number 4, we interpret.
Oh, hey honey, how was work? Oh, that's such a crappy day today.
Number 1, probing. We ask questions from our point of view.
Oh, what happened? Did you have another fallout? Were you stuck in traffic? Have they paid you for that overtime yet? Was it Nancy? Bloody Nancy. What's she done this time?
Probing is like an interrogation. It controls and it invades. You can ask as many questions as you like and still not really understand what's important to that person. Covey believes that probing is the main reason that parents don't get close to their children.
Oh, hey honey, how was work? Oh, that's such a crappy day today.
Number 2, evaluating. We agree or we disagree.
Were you in the right frame of mind going into work though? Yeah, I know. I bloody hate Mondays. Well, we're not paid to have fun at work, are we?
Evaluating is casting judgment. We agree or we disagree. Evaluators encourage others to shut down out of fear of being judged.
Oh, that's such a crappy day today.
Number 3, advising. We give guidance based on our own experience.
Have you thought about spending more time meditating and exercising? That really helps me out a lot. Have you tried doing X, Y, or Z? I know exactly how you feel. I actually went through the same thing recently. Take a seat and let me tell you all about it.
Our intention might be to help, but are we really trying to understand?
But I have all the answers and I can fix them.
Now that might be the case, but the best advice in the world won't amount to anything if we're not addressing the real problem. And we're not going to get to the real problem if we're just focusing on what we would or wouldn't do.
Oh, that's such a crappy day today.
Number 4, interpreting. We give meaning to their intentions and actions based on our own intentions and actions.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Missy. Don't worry. Head on over to the bedroom and pop your clothes off and we'll melt all your troubles away.
What we want from a situation doesn't necessarily translate to the other person wanting the same thing. Just because it might help us doesn't mean it's going to help them. Have you responded in any of these ways before? Yeah, me neither. But we can't help it. We've never been taught, and we're just reacting to whatever comes naturally to us. Oh, please help us, Stephen Covey. Is there a skill that's exciting to learn and immediately applicable? Empathic listening is the highest form of listening. You're not just hearing what others say, you're attempting to put yourself in the shoes of the other person and feel what they feel. You're attempting to fully understand where they come from without judgment, sympathy, or solutions. Empathic comes from the word empathy. You don't have to agree with someone to be empathetic. Just because your friend feels like smashing their boss in the face doesn't mean that you support that. Being empathetic means relating to their feelings of anger and frustration so that they know that you know where they're coming from. Empathy isn't sympathy. Sympathy is a form of evaluation. You're agreeing with a person. In some cases that might be appropriate, but it's not always the case. Empathic listening is not about agreeing with someone, it's about fully understanding them. Empathy isn't about fixing people's problems either. Sometimes people just want to be heard, not fixed.
But I have all the answers and I can fix them.
Empathic listening is about paying attention to how the other person is feeling, by putting yourself in their shoes and trying to fully understand where they're coming from. When we're able to do this, the other person feels understood, and this is a real gift. We're able to let them know that we're trying to understand by relaying the words and the feelings back to them. If we're right, hopefully we'll feel connected, and if we're a little bit off, hopefully they'll course correct us on how they truly feel, but they should get a sense of our intentions. When the other person feels like you're truly trying to understand where they're coming from and listening to them, trust is built. And here's the kicker. In the presence of trust, true thoughts and feelings will be shared with you. Now, I mentioned this at the start of the video, but this is a true superpower. When you start using this, you'll notice an immediate difference with all of the relationships that you have, whether that's connections in business life or in your personal life. You've given what Stephen Covey calls the other person psychological air, the gift of psychological air. Covey believes that giving the gift of psychological air can turn a basic transactional conversation into a transformational one. Psychological air allows the other person to work through their thoughts and feelings. A lot of the time, they'll find the answers themselves without you having to say anything, and they'll thank you for it. All they needed was the space to open up and explore how they feel. People can be desperate to open up, but they need to feel that they won't be judged. Some of the time, they'll get stuck exploring how they feel, and guess what happens next? They'll ask you for help. By asking for your help and advice, they'll be far more receptive to doing something about it. Trust me, this stuff is really hard. So here are 4 tips to help you with empathic listening. Number 1, be genuine. Make a genuine effort to put yourself in their shoes. What would it feel like to be fearful, joyful, angry, confused, or brave like them? Connect yourself to their feeling deeply. Number 2, listen carefully. Remove distractions like phones, screens, or music. Give them your full attention. Concentrate on the words that they're using, their body language and tone. Some people can say one thing and show another.
I'm fine. Oh, okay.
Maintain eye contact, nod, and give verbal cues just to let them know that you're listening. Number 3, embrace silence. A lot of the time, people just want to be heard. They can work out their own solutions, which they're more likely to act upon if you give them psychological air. If needed, sit in silence and allow them the space to work out what they want to say next. They'll let you know when they want your help, if they need it. Number 4, reflect and restate. When it's your turn to communicate, use their words or your alternatives. Ask questions to seek clarity on how they feel. Summarize statements back to them to check that you're on the same page. Keep it simple. If they seem fearful, say, "That sounds scary," or "I'd feel the same way if I was in your situation." If someone shares a positive emotion with you, like joy, share that moment with them. Say something like, "That's awesome," and give them a high five. Empathic listening is hard. The first time I tried this with Lou, it was like almost painful to do. I just had to sit there and listen to her problems when I had all the solutions.
I'm sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit.
But now I understand the streamlined process of giving a fix isn't effective. People want to be understood, and whatever time it takes to do that will bring much greater results than living with unexpressed, misunderstood, and unsolved problems. Give the gift of psychological air to as many people as you can. They get to figure out the solutions themselves or ask for help. Either way, they benefit, and so does your relationship. Share your new skill with those closest to you and tell them that you're practicing. Tell them you want to work on really listening to them. Ask them for feedback on how you're doing. How did it make them feel? Did they notice a difference? A friend of mine, Dawn, shared with me this amazing line, especially if you're prone, like me, to giving advice to people. And she said that you could say, "Would you like me to listen or would you like advice?" Let the other person decide how you can help them. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And you can also practice your brand new listening skills by checking out my video series right here. Here, I'll be sharing my path from where I'm currently at on 62 subscribers all the way to 1 million. And in the meantime, I'll see you in the next one.